Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I thought we would explore the wonderful world of Shop Miss A. It's here, feel good. Well, we first met Miss A back in 2013 when they made a copy of the Beauty Blender. And this was something that was very popular at Sephora, but the thing was around $20 for a sponge. Miss A had them for $1. And so a lot of us shopped Miss A to get the sponge. And Shop Miss A had a few other small things, and she started to introduce new makeup over the next course of the next 5 years, and in 2018 launched the AOA Studio line. Now this is a lady who lives in Texas, and she has she married a guy there. She went to college there. She started this with the idea that you could get some fairly good quality makeup for a low price. And she really searched and researched all of the factories, and a lot of these factories make the same makeup that you see like other brands in the drugstore, CoverGirl and L'Oreal, and a lot of these brands come from some of these same factories. So this isn't like a Temu thing where, you know, Temu, we're not quite sure where Temu sources their stuff. But I gotta be suspicious buying a dress for $5. This lady promises it's cruelty-free products, the ingredients are quality, and the ethics of the factories she sources from are high. So I have to believe her. And now I put in an order and got initially a bunch of stuff, and I loved some of it I really hated. So what I'm going to do is show you all the stuff I really loved, and then I'll go over some of the things I hated. And this way, if you go on there to shop, you'll know kind of the things to avoid and some of the things that I think you should really give a try. Now, most of the price points for Shop Miss A are between $1 and $5. Most of the stuff runs $155, $188, which, you know, under $2 you can get yourself a pretty nice piece of makeup. Now, affordability is, a lot of it has to do with the size of and the amount of the products that are in here. Like this would not be the same as, say, so these both are somewhat affordable. This Wet n Wild one runs around $10, and this one is $1.55. Now this has a 0.64 ounces of product in here. This one has 1.08 ounces. This one costs a little bit more, but where you can justify some of the lower pricing is in the amounts. Just for ha-has, this is 0.64 ounces also. So this is the Tear Cushion Foundation, which I also love. But this has the same amount of makeup as this. So actually, if I really wanted to, I would pour one of these into this and use it that way. I think it would be a wonderful combo. Just, you know, just saying. Anyway, so let's explore the world of Shop Miss A. And they have everything. They have everything from primers, skincare products, all the way up to false eyelashes, lash glues, and then they have a few hair items and nail items. And we'll go over all that stuff. But let's just start off with the primers. Now they have a really nice shadow primer called Shadow Stay. And this reminds me a lot of things that I've tried from the drugstore. It works nicely, it holds the eyeshadow on really well, it doesn't crease, it doesn't go into the lines, and I mean it really does show off the shadow really nicely. So it plays well with all the shadows, and I've been working with these products now for a couple of weeks. So I've been trying them with my makeup, my other makeup, and also with each other to see if I can find good combos of things. And this is the AOA Studio, and it is the Shadow Stay Eye Primer. There are two face primers that I really liked. This one is the filter free. This is fairly new from them, and it is a pore refining primer. So I put this completely on one side, and then I put this one, should do it this way. I put this one on this side and this one on this side today. I just wanted to see how they both worked with this makeup. So this is pretty much my last day of testing with the makeup, and I'm just going to keep what I really love, and I'm going to give away the stuff that did not work out for me. So this is the Aqua, and this will remind you a lot of the e.l.f. The grip, you know, the grip primer. It's a lot like that. So and this, you know, the filter one, I didn't see any huge difference in my pores from using this, but it was very pleasant. It worked well under all my makeups. This one had the grip, and I thought this one worked very nicely under all my makeups as well. So both of these primers are excellent. I put them on underneath both here. Concealers. I tried cream concealers, stick concealers, and high coverage concealers. This one is excellent. This works better than some of my higher end concealers, and it works better than the NYX Bear With Me, which I think is kind of an interesting feat. This is the AOA Studio, and it is called Locked Creamy Concealer. Locked Creamy Concealer from AOA Studio. I believe this was $1.55. It has a doe foot applicator, and it has really nice light creamy hydrating coverage. And I put it under my eyes. I powdered a little bit over the top to seal it, and I did use a setting spray, which we'll get to later. But this worked really nicely. Locked Creamy Concealer. A second runner up in the makeup category was this one. This is the Soft Matte Foundation from AO Labs. I believe this is fairly new for them. The pump is a little funky on this, and you can see how much product you have, and it looks like it's 0.67 ounces, so it's about the same as the other one. This one goes on a little bit thicker and reminds me a little bit of the Double Wear makeup. But it goes on a little bit more cooler toned and more like the Misha BB cream, the CC cream from Misha. It reminds me of that with the color tone, but it does warm up and meld to your skin color a little more. I have it on this side, and it does not go into the lines. It's a little bit thick when you're putting it on, but I think it looks really nice on, and I think it's a terrific deal. So the Satin Drops Foundation is winner chicken dinner. Oh my gosh, this is a beautiful foundation. It does have the dropper, and it does remind me a little of that L'Oreal makeup. There is no scent, which is nice. This spreads like a dream. It dries skin-like. It looks beautiful on the skin. I have it on this side of my face, and I think this is my favorite product from AOA at this time. I think this is an amazing product. It has a 0.64 ounces, I think, and it is Satin Drops Foundation. This is #1 with me. I think it's as good as any of the high-end foundations I have in my collection now. I trust this. There's no scent to it. It does not oxidize up like a lot of the cheapy makeups would. This feels high-end. It feels high-end, and it looks wonderful. It doesn't break down. It doesn't go in the creases or lines. This is an amazing product. If you get nothing else from Shop Miss A, I would get this and their beauty blender. Now there were two powders that I was very impressed with, and I got two colors in one of them because I wanted to see what the difference was between medium and light. And these loose powders worked the best. The pressed powders were pretty hard pan, and I didn't think they were as nice. So these are extremely lightweight. They dissolve on your skin. I think they work really well, especially when you need just a little bit of under the eyes. I think they work really nicely under the eyes to set the concealer. This particular one was the Perfect from AOA Studio. And this is their setting powder, the Perfect setting powder. And I think this is shade Fair. Soft Light is the name of this one. And I know they're trying to dupe the Hourglass Veil powder with this. They don't quite get there, but they are a really high quality facial powder. Now I did use this to set my under eye concealer, and also up in this area where I usually in the 11s where I've got a lot of grit and gravel kind of texture happening up there. This year I noticed it. But this is nice. I really like this. Now these two will remind you of the Gucci. Is it Gucci or Chanel? Or the YSL? I don't know. But the medium and the light, there is a slight difference from them. The medium goes on more like a deeper shade. And you can see the difference in the two powders. There's 4 colors in the sequence, and they come out basically as one color. I think the light shade is quite nice, and I think I ordered light. There is a fair shade, a light, and then a medium. And if you are a light skinned to very pale person, I think you would like the fair shade. Now for setting spray, they have a new series they just came out with, and it's $5, which I was really surprised, but they came out with a new series of hydrating setting sprays. But this one I think was still $1.55. This is their, let me read the box here. This weightless micro mist setting spray locks in a long-lasting shine-free matte finish that lasts all day. Feels undetectable to the skin and stays comfortable without tightness or sticky residue. You have to shake the bottle, and I always shake bottles anyway. Shake the bottle. It is a little fire hosey. Let me just use my so bougie, huh? Oh, that feels good. Ooh, it's 90 degrees here in Connecticut today. Yikes. I do like the setting spray. I don't detect a scent to it, so and there's a lot in here. It's 2.5 ounces. Now, let me just see what my e.l.f. is. This is 2.7 ounces. Stay All Night Micro Fine Mist. You know, about the same either way, but the pricing on this is a lot higher than this. So, and they're both drugstore type items. So I would say this is a great product, the setting spray. This isn't a link for sponsorship or anything. I am not affiliated with them. I'm not paid for this. This is all my own opinions. And when you see what I say about the bad stuff, you'll know nobody's paying me ever. Okay. I couldn't find a good bronzer because all their bronzers had micro glitter in them. Shimmer note, they were too orange. So they kind of failed in that department, but they did have contour. And this contour stick is awesome. Let me just show you here. It's got a nice gray shadowy effect, which you get, I have it on this side. See, when you put it on there, it's like it's an optical illusion of, not texture, but shape, structure. And this is called the Paw Paw Contour Stick. I believe this is the lightest shade. Nude is the shade. And they do have on every single one of their products, they have the shade names. I think that's great because a lot of products, when you want to reorder, you forget if you were fair or light or medium light or deep or what, you know. And this is Nude, it's called. Really wonderful. It's deep enough to create that optical illusion. And on this side, in this corner, I have the AOA Perfect Contour Powder. And this is a very kind of grayish powder. If you prefer powder to a stick, you have to blend it a little bit. It stays put all day. I thought these two products were excellent as contour products. You can layer them, but you don't really need to because this is strong enough on its own and this is strong enough on its own, so you don't really need to layer them. For blushes, I was disappointed in all of the blushes, and I think I have 5 blushes. These were duo products. I think they were $1, so that wasn't so bad. It wasn't such a hit, but this Petal Pop was the closest that came to being okay on both sides, but I like the cream better than the powder. And on this side, this one had a blush, and then it had what, I don't know if this was supposed to be some kind of topper for it, but it's way too grayish taupey. I'd almost think this would be good as an eyeshadow rather than a highlighter. Now, if you have medium to deep skin, these colors would look awesome on you. As a fishbilly white girl, they didn't look so good on me. I do have this orange one on this side, and it's a very fresh looking spring color. This, I couldn't make it work, so I'm not going to tout that, but 1/2 is good. Now with this one, I found that this color was a teeny bit patchy, but the cream was really nice. So I don't know what to say about these duos. I only like one side of each one. So Petal Pop, and then this one is the AOA Studio Hello Glow Duo. So this is the Bouquet for the Petal Pop, and then this one is Hello Glow Duo Blush and Highlighter in Hola. So they're both, you know, it's like $1.55. And it's worth it for at least half of these. You know, half of this and half of this are beautiful. It looks like you have quite a bit of product you can work with for a while. Now this highlighter, this is called the Glow Baby. I should probably just keep my glasses on. Glow Baby liquid highlighter. And every single time I open this, to just pour a teeny bit out, a big old blob comes out. There's no control on this at all. It's like, oh my God. Now this is a really pretty highlighter. There's no glitter in it, but it is shimmery. It gives you a really nice natural shimmer. And there seems to be a lot in here, but you know, you get such a big blob when you pour it out. I don't think it's going to last that long for me. But I do like this, the Glow Baby from AOA Studio. Glow Baby. The eyeshadows, remember we're in the $1 to $1.88 range for the eyeshadows. I didn't think the color payout on these two squares were all that great. This particular one, this is Orbit and Fairy Garden. These are AOA Studios, Orbit, and Fairy Garden. They had, you know, they were good mediocre colors. These are $1 or $1.55 each. So, I mean, I just don't think the color stories were all that exciting. So this one is called Southern Charm. And this has 2 shimmers, and then in the center it has a solid color, but this shimmer was kind of nice underneath the eye, and then this one I used on the inner corner, and this one was just kind of a base warm tone, I would say late summer, early autumn shade. This worked really nicely, but again, the color story wasn't standalone. You need something from somewhere else to complete a good eye look. But I did like using the shimmery taupey color on this side underneath the eye, and I liked using the shimmery light color on this side. This was $1. That one also came with its own little brushy thing, you know, those cheapy things they put in the eyeshadow palettes. My favorite was this one, and this is Yumi's debut, and this is called Fan Club. This one had a broad range of shades. It was $1, and it had a nice broad range of shades. I guess Yumi's this little creature here. They sure do love those little characters over there in the Korean market. And they probably think that they're people buying their stuff are probably children or young teens, but they're all in Sephora right now, raising hell. Oh, okay. This is a really nice assortment of colors. It's on my eyes today, and I will show you the demo of how I put this on my eyes. This is Fan Club, it's called, and it's $1 and it's well worth it. Oh my gosh, this is great. The colors all have good pigmentation, they blend well, they last all day. How did they do this for $1? I don't know. I don't want to think about it too hard. I'll just say this worked really nicely, and I have it on my eyes. The only thing I added in was from my Frosted Flakes palette. I did take some of this turquoise because I wanted to have a little bit of pop of color to go with my blouse here. So the AOA, this is Yumi's debut, and they do have this on the site. All of these things were purchased within the last month. So this is Fan Club. This is my favorite eyeshadow palette. I didn't go nuts over the eyeshadow because again, this stuff's going on your eyes, and I don't know. This is a eyeliner, and I think these are being discontinued. This is the XL eyeliner. I think they were trying to dupe the NYX, big, the big markers from NYX. Everybody was using the milk one to do their shading for their eye priming. This wasn't too bad, but where I was reading the reviews, it's very patchy, and this one came with a broken component and nothing that pushes this up. So, and this was only, I think this was on sale for 60 cents, and it was in a beautiful gray. Nothing that pushes it up, really. But I did like this a lot. I thought the gray looked pretty good, but they're saying in the comments that this was very patchy going on. So I guess if you're going to use it as anything but a liner, and I have it as a liner on the edges, the outer corners, that is very patchy. You can't use it as a shadow. But I thought that was kind of nice for like 60 cents or whatever. It's the sale price. Their sales are like, I mean, when you have stuff for $1 and it's on sale, some of the stuff was 25 cents. Yeah, see, I can't even get it off. I have to use my trusty, this is from the Dollar Tree. Soon to be $2 Tree, I guess. I don't know, I heard rumors their prices are going up again. That's pretty bad when we're disgusted at a $2 price instead of $1.25. Oh, it's the state of things now, my goodness. I really loved these thin brow markers. I have caramel and taupe, and these are really, really pretty. Let's see if I can give you a good enough swatch. I'm so terrible with swatches, I apologize. When you do makeup at home, you don't always... Okay, now the caramel is the kind of this one here, and then we've got the lighter, the taupe is here, and the caramel is the warmer tone. So I like them both, and they're the AOA Studio Slim Brow Pencils, and they work just as well as the NYX Micro Brow Pencils. just as well, and they're $1. They're $1, and they have a spoolie at the other end, works fine. I think they're wonderful. I have the colors taupe and caramel, and I did cover it in the demo. I did use the e.l.f. This is the brow lift, e.l.f. brow lift. This is getting quite well loved, almost to the end. I didn't like any of the other brow products, but I'll go over that in a second. But I had to use the e.l.f. brow lift to put something in here to help them go up. Now for mascaras, I did try a few of them, and this one wasn't bad. It reminded me a little of the Essence Lash Princess mascara. This one is a dark brown color, and I was like really surprised at how good this was. Now we have hot, humid days here in Connecticut, and this one held up. I didn't get any dings, I didn't get any smears. It makes a nice, I would say, medium lash. It's not real big honkin' lash, but it's a nice medium lash. For $1, this is really nice. It's called Tall Lash. So just remember Tall Lash. And I believe it came in black and dark brown. So the dark brown is excellent. I'm using dark brown mascaras now because I'm trying to get less harsh, you know, and animated looking. So Tall Lash was a good one. It lasted all day at work and didn't smear, and that's pretty good. The only thing is I like really big honkin' lashes, and it wasn't quite there. And this is one of those kind of mascaras you have to season a bit, and by seasoning I mean you have to use it a few times before it finds itself. It kind of solidifies a little better. After 2 or 3 uses, you'll see that it works better and makes bigger lashes. So it's a seasoning mascara. There are 2 lip liners. This one is the AOA Studio. I believe this one was on sale. This is, I think, the Cowgirl. If it's the Cowgirl, we're in luck. This is a gel lip liner in Cowgirl. Yeah, this was on sale, so I think they're discontinuing it. Their lip products didn't wow me. And then this other one is a red lip liner. I thought it'd be nice for underneath my red lips. This is Slingin'. It's called Slingin' from Cosmic Cowgirl. This is a really pretty. It's not a real deep blue red. It's just a true red, and it's very sheer. So you can build it up if you need to, but I like this a lot. Cosmic Cowgirl lip liner in the color Slingin'. And this one is the AOA Studio Gel Lip Liner in Cowgirl. So I got this Cowgirl thing going on here. On my nails is the AOA Nail Lacquer. This color is called Monet. I'm talking Essie ballet slippers, dupe. Really pretty. Oh my gosh. These were $1. And they had quite a nice assortment. So the nail lacquer from the AOA Studio, thumbs up. I will get more colors. Lasts all day. I do a lot of filing, opening and closing drawers and files and paper, taking staples out, doing stuff with my fingers I shouldn't be doing at the office. You know, when you're trying to scrape labels off and things, you use your nails. This held up fairly well, you know, 2 coats, really nice. I was very impressed. They also have the nail wraps. I'll talk about them later. But I do like the nail polish, and this color again was Monet. So pretty. All right, lipsticks. Wow. I want to talk about this one because it reminds me of a CoverGirl lipstick, and I was looking at it, and it's the same packaging. What? That's the same this is the CoverGirl. This is in the new CoverGirl line, and this is the AOA Magical Girl lipstick, and it's so pretty. It just reminds me so much. This is the CoverGirl, the new CoverGirls, literally identical. You know, the colors obviously are different, but I think it's the same place that makes the CoverGirl. Look at that. So I just thought I would show you that because, you know, some of you stick your noses up at these, you know, cheapy places and you think, oh, well, come on, you know, they're making it out of, you know, the sand at the side of the road. Well, no, they're making it in the same factories that they make some of our brands out of. And this color is in Aruna, A-R-U-N-A. This is my favorite lipstick from them. And next, the formulation for these is outstanding. These are very distinct looking. They look kind of like sex toys. Now that I'm looking at them. All right. So they have a variety of colors. I got colors near what I like. This is the lightest shade. And again, thank God they do show the shades on the bottom. Oh. This is the AOA Studio. This is in Sweater. You have to go by the packaging when you see them online because they don't seem to have a name. But this packaging is quite distinct. This is Sweater. This one is Fling. Fling. Really, really pretty. They're pigmented. They're hydrating. They last a long time. The color's beautiful. This one is called Lover. So Sweater, Fling, and Lover. Isn't that pretty? I mean, when you put these on, they feel very high-end. Beautiful. These are beautiful. So look for this sex toy looking packaging. And they have beautiful colors. But that, just to give you an idea, we have Lover, Fling, and Sweater. So really, really pretty lipsticks there. And I had to try a lot of lipsticks to come up with the ones I liked. Believe me, I have kind of dry lips with a little bit of texture. When I was trying all the different lipsticks out, I would wear one lipstick each day and go through my work day with it. And I had a reaction to several different lipsticks even in this line. So I'm just showing you the lipsticks I did not have a reaction to and that I really like the formulations of. So this was one of them, and I think that when you see these you'll recognize them right away by the packaging. When I have a reaction to lipstick, my lips turn a really dark pinkish color, and there's some kind of ingredient in that formulation that I can't handle, and I don't know what it is, but if that happens to you, then pay attention to my fails, okay? Because those fails had that problem. A tinted lip balm, and this is called Buttery Blur Creamy Lipstick, and this is the shade Peachy. This goes a little bit neon, but it's kind of pretty. I thought it'd be pretty for summer, and this feels really nice on the lips. It really does feel buttery. So I think it's really nice. And this is the Buttery Blur lipstick. And I got the shade Peachy, so you can see what it looks like. Very, very nice. Is this one, and this is came in a gingham cardboard packaging, and I believe it was on sale. I think that's why I got it. It's got some kitten thing on it. The color is Soft Heart. This packaging reminds me of those stories, love stories from Sephora. It feels like that, and these formulations feel like that as well. Now this was a deep shade because they were sold out of everything, and I wanted to try the formula. Formula is really nice. Soft Heart is the name of this color, and this is a lipstick. It's a slightly cooler tone version of the Peachy in the other one, but the formulation is very, very hydrating, and it's the same. The hydrating is the same in these two. I think they're the same thing, but they're in different packaging. So when you see this gingham packaging with the cat on it, Soft Heart is the name. I think it's really nice. Really nice. And the last lip product is, it's the lip oil. It's pretty generic. There is no scent to it, which is nice. I'm not really big into the lip oil craze. Some of them are so high priced. Now this was only $1, and this, I think this has a shade, although it's very subtle. This is Sugar Coat from the AOA Studio. And it does what it's supposed to do. It does make your lips feel good, and it does give you a nice shiny gloss look. As far as the shade itself, I don't think there is much of a shade. There is a slight kind of orange-red glaze to it. So it'll probably give you a little bit of color, not much, but you do get a lot of hydration like you would with the lip oil. So this was nice. I didn't think there was a problem with it at all. For eyes, they sold this little contraption that they showed with the false lashes, and it's a false lash applier and sealer. So basically you would, you can grasp it like this, and you can apply it and you release it, and then once it's applied you put it back in again and you clamp it in with your lashes. So I think it did a pretty good job. It was a pretty nice product. It's called the Strip Lash Clip Buddy, and this was, it was either $1 or 75 cents, I forget, but it only comes in the one color, and I do wash it when I do my brush laundry. The glue was pretty good. This is the Super Strip Lash Adhesive from AOA Studios. This one's messy. I got the black. I don't know if they have a clear. I'm going to try. If they have a clear, I will get it. I have other lash glues that I really like, so that it doesn't matter to me. I just wanted to try it to see if it did work, and it does. These are the false lashes. This is the Faux Mink 3D lashes, and that's in the shade. It's in the style called Jackie. Now I had cut these in half and tried them, one half on the other, one side and one side. So I'll show you a quick picture of me with the halves. I cut the lash in half, that's why there's only one here, and there's sets of the other ones. And these lashes have kind of a thicker band, which can make it a little bit stiff and a little more difficult to put on. But I think they're pretty good. I had to cut about 1/4 of an inch off of the ends of each one. They're a little bit scratchy, and those of you who have tried false lash strips know what I'm talking about. But this was very inexpensive. I think it was $6 for 5 pairs. And they were the faux mink, so that was what made them special. They do have a very nice, sort of a natural look, and again, I think they're really pretty. The glue keeps them down. That clampy thing really sealed it together. I thought it did a good job. So those were the good products from Shop Miss A. Now they did have perfumes, but honestly, they were like children's scents, you know, like cotton candy, watermelon kind of stuff, and I'm just not into that. So now that we've done all the things I do like, let's go over some of the things that did not work for me. Let's go through these foundations because, oh man, there's so many of them. All right, this first one is a cream foundation. It comes in a, and I was thinking of Pure Minerals. It's extremely thick, dry, patchy, hot mess. This is called the Air Cream Foundation. absolutely horrible. I generally got the shade L2, and L2 was a good shade for, I have medium light skin. This one went a little bit warm golden, and it was so patchy. It broke apart quite easily on my skin, went right into the lines. This was a total fail, absolutely horrible. The next was a powder foundation, equally as bad on my textured 66-year-old face. This did not work at all. This extremely thick, dry, matte. I look like I was wearing a mask. I'm looking at it now and I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe put that on my nose. It did not make my skin look nice at all. It made me look like I was wearing a matte mask. So this is the Soft Touch Powder Foundation, and the shade was L3. I thought with the powder foundations I generally go up a little bit because they're very forgiving and they add more color. If you go too light with a powder foundation, it can look very, very patchy and grab onto all your little dry skin pieces, which is what this one did. For the stick foundation, this is from AOA Studio, and let me just keep my glasses on. This is Light Ivory Stick Foundation. This is extremely patchy, although it did have some coverage. It was very patchy, grabbed onto dry spots, flaky. My skin looked very flaky and old with this. So this was a total fail, the stick foundation. Now this was the Vita Glow, and this was like a tinted moisturizer with vitamin C. This went on very, very sheer, like to the point where it just looked like a moisturizer, not so much the tinted, and it just disappeared into nothingness and was a shiny hot mess. What this reminded me of was suntan lotion back in the 70s that had that kind of shiny, glistening effect, and it really grabbed onto my dry skin to look like little diamond patterns, like snake skin. Yeah, that's it. I look like I had a snake skin. So it's the Vita Glow Tinted Moisturizer, total fail. Now this one is new, I think. This is the Camera Ready High Def HD Matte Foundation. This is the AOA Matte Vision series, and I think this actually cost $4. This was one of the more expensive items. And it went on very, very patchy. Grabbed onto dry patches. It doesn't have a scent to it, but it just was terrible. Absolutely horrible. Really matte, matte, matte. If you have oily skin, you may like this one, but if you have dry skin, stay completely away. Absolutely terrible. Oh my gosh. Ooh. The next fail. This was the Flawless Longwear Liquid Foundation. I think they were trying to dupe one of those L'Oreal's. Yeah, very, very, initially I thought it was going to look good, but this broke apart, went into the lines, and looked so patchy later down the road, and I was embarrassed at work when I wore this one because it was so bad. So, and you get quite a lot in this. This is the AOA Studio, the Flawless Longwear Liquid Foundation, and I think I got shade L3 in that, which surprisingly was extremely light. Wasn't very good at all. Now this is the AOA CC Cream Color Correction Cream, a fast way to give skin a healthy glow. This lightweight CC cream instantly color corrects to give skin an even, healthy glow, suitable for all skin types. That's what it says, but that's not what happened for me. Let me just put it on this side. This color is light. It's called Light. see if I can. This one has a scent to it, which also I didn't like. It just didn't look good. It wasn't good coverage. And it had that scent. I didn't really care for it. The scent is light. It's not a real distracting scent, but it just made my face shiny. It didn't seem to do anything else for it except make it shiny. And if you make your face shiny and you have a lot of texture, it makes your texture stand out more. So I was not a happy girl. This one is new from them. This is the Dewy Blend Foundation, I believe. It was $4 also. This one has a pump, had a really nice, actually a nice pump to it. This was nice and thick. I thought this was going to be great. It was just shiny. It sunk into all the lines. It never really dried down properly. So this was a big fail for me, and I wanted to like this one. I thought, oh wow, you know, this could be something really special, this dewy one. But this was terrible, absolutely terrible. This one wasn't too bad, but it didn't last very long. This went on and stayed on for about 3 or 4 hours pretty well. You have to prep your skin really well underneath it. This is the Luminous Skin Veil, and I actually liked this, and this was in my good pile until I had a hot humid day, and it just melted down. And the pump doesn't work all that well. Okay. It melted down too much, and it just didn't look good after a couple hours. It has that strong scent. My friend says it's a urine cake smell, like you get with a lot of the Dollar Tree skin products. That has that urine cake smell. If you know, you know. I don't really know, but that's what he said. So this is the Luminous Skin Veil, and again, it lasted really nicely for a couple of hours, and then it broke down. It didn't look so good. It does not break down well. You get the little pattern polka dots after this breaks down, so I can't recommend it. Now these last two are medium good. They're not 100%. I would say these are in the middle somewhere. They're not my favorites. You saw my favorites. My favorite two. These two come in the middle. This one is really nice. This is the AOA Pro Wear Foundation, and it has a little cat on the back. This was, I think, $1. And this one looks really nice. This color was buff, a little bit light. It's very shiny. It breaks down. It doesn't last very long. I think that was my main complaint with this one, was that it looked nice on, but after maybe about 4 hours, it broke down a bit, and it went into the lines and around my mouth where there's texture. It kind of accentuated that texture, so this was a fail. And this one was pretty close. I thought it was going to be the same as the Satin Drops, but this is a Satin Foundation. No. It had a similar feel to the Satin Drops, but very shiny, and it broke down after a few hours. Went into the texture, polka dots, the lines, but I mean, it looks really good for a couple hours. You can see it makes my hand look great. So that's the Satin Foundation. It's kind of medium. It's in between, doesn't last long, and when it breaks down, it's ugly. So it was real pretty when it went on, though. So for primers, this was the Perfect. This is I think it's a glowing primer. It didn't do anything at all, but actually it reacted with some of my makeup. This one has a light scent to it, and initially it went on. There's a little bit of a sticky feeling to it. It didn't do anything positive for my skin, and some of my makeup pilled on the top of it. So this is the AOA Perfect, and it is a illuminating primer. So yeah, you get a hot shiny mess and it makes your other makeup pill up. So that's not so good. This is a lip primer and it's kind of an odd thing. It goes on over your lips almost like a concealer, and it just kind of made my lips look pretty dry. And when the lipstick went over the top, it worked out okay, but I don't know, it just feels really dry, and I could see all the lines in my lips with this, so it just, I didn't see a purpose for this at all because I don't think my lipstick lasted longer by using it. But this is a lip primer. It's just called a lip primer, and there's only the one shade, which is a Fishbilly White Girl shade. 4 concealers. The first one is in a cream pot, very, very dry and thick. Doesn't blend out very well. Makes your eyes look very, very, if you try to use it under your eyes, it separates, cracks easily. It doesn't really conceal blemishes all that well. Let me just put it here. It broke apart, but the thing is I got the polka dots with this. So this is the AOA Top Secret Concealer in the shade Porcelain. Very bad, very bad. This was a stick concealer, and it was called AOA Studio. It's just concealer, and this is Porcelain also. This looked very, very patchy, blended to nothing. It had no coverage, but it did bring out polka dots and things, and it showed a lot of texture around my nose. So this was a total fail, this little stick concealer. And it wasn't very expensive. I think that was only $1. Now this one I thought would be a little bit like Tarte Shape Tape. This is the AOA Studio Liquid Concealer. And I think I got the wrong shade in this. This was not good. It was very thick, and it never really dried properly. This was not good. I don't recall it had very good coverage. It didn't last. It faded to nothing, and I saw cracks under my eyes, and especially over here where I have very fine lines, it really showed up, the fine lines. So this little liquid concealer, total fail. And this last one, this is a brush concealer, and it's called Brush On Liquid Concealer. This has the brush that you push it, and the stuff, the gook comes out there. It worked okay. This is the only one that was passable. I would say if you had oily skin, you'd probably like this one. It did not work well with my dry skin. So it tended to grab on to dry patches. So the Brush On concealer wasn't bad, but it just, I can't put it in my favorites because it grabbed on my skin. And I can't recommend something that doesn't work on me. So, moving on to blushes. There are 4 blushes here. The first one was a cream blush. Very, very pigmented and awkward. It looked like a stain on my skin. I couldn't get it to look nice. It just took on a weird, eerie look to it. This was, I believe, 50 cents to 75 cents. I think it was on sale, so perhaps they are discontinuing it. This is the Hush Cream Sheer Blush in the shade Charm. So it's a red, but that's what it does. It looks like a rash. I should call it Rash Sheer Cream Blush. This is another one of those, and I think they're trying to dupe the popular e.l.f. ones that are out right now. These are those dots. This is a liquid blush. This is a liquid blush that actually fades out into nothing. The AOA Studio I Love Dew Blush Drops. And this is the shade Cutie Pie. Do you see it? It really disappears on your skin. I don't know. It's very subtle. It's too subtle and it doesn't last. And unfortunately, when it dries down, you can see it a little bit, but it wears off and goes off into the makeup horizon. You don't see it. So this is the shade Cutie Pie right here. It absolutely was a disappointment. Here's another one. This is a brush on one. Got to work fast or you're going to get stained. This one is called the Color Flush Liquid Blush. And that is the shade. It just looks patchy on. And if you have any kind of texture on your skin, it doesn't look good on the top of it. And it's a pretty shade. It actually is a very pretty shade, but it did not work well with my skin. So if you have texture on your skin, forget about it. This last one is a cream blush, and this is the Venetian Romance Cream Blush, and this shade is called Bonnet. All of these shades seem to have a very similar look, just like the lipsticks all seem to have a very similar look. You try to blend it out. This one is very, very thick, patchy. It's very pigmented. It does last the whole day, but it's extremely pigmented and looks almost neon when it's dry. So it was a big disappointment there. It didn't work for me. It might work for somebody who has a deeper skin tone and no texture. But if you have texture on your skin, it's not going to work. This is a highlighter. It's a powder highlighter, and I thought, oh, how pretty. That's going to be really nice. You know, but it's micro glitter, and I can't stand micro glitter. It actually gets into the water treatment system. It's probably one of the reasons, you know, 99% of us have micro glitter in our systems, in our DNA. So this is the highlighter powder, and it's called, ironically, part of the proceeds protects animals against abuse foundation. This is called Brunch Date, and while it is a very pretty color, the micro glitter in it is too hard to deal with. And it does, micro glitter falls everywhere. It looks weird. You have this shiny stuff like you're at a rave party. It doesn't work very well. For pressed powders, all of the loose powders I liked, but the pressed powders not so much. This one is called Flawless Pressed Powder, and it's very rough feeling. It feels very harsh, you know. And as I recall, it looks a little too matte under the eyes. It's a little too matte. It's very, very warm in this studio right now, so I have a little bit of sweat and it's covering it nicely. But this is very, very matte, like the powder foundation was. This has that same kind of heaviness to it. So I can't recommend it. This is the Flawless Powder, and the color is L1. This is the lightest powder, and it actually has a slightly yellow gold tint to it. That was a fail. Now this one is the AOA Perfect. This is the finishing pressed powder. So this is something you would put on at the end of your routine. This is very, very rough. It doesn't feel nice on the skin. It doesn't feel nice at all. Now you're just supposed to put a light brushing of this, and it's supposed to meld all your makeup to look cohesive, but I don't think it works very well at all. So the pressed powders so far that I've tried from this company do not work. For eyeshadow palettes, this one, I liked 3 of the colors, but this one color that has the micro glitter, and I hate to stick my hand in it, you can see it, it's like a duochrome micro glitter. This took me days to get out of my face, out of my hair, out of the sheets. It was everywhere, out of my clothes. So I don't want to recommend it, even though the other 3 shades were fine. This shade was horrible. I mean, I might keep this and dig all of this out. Was it Judy does that? She takes all the glitter makeup out, but it's got so much glitter in it, and it's so bad for the environment. I just don't like to support that. I don't like to buy it. But the other 3 shades were good. This is the eyeshadow palette called Sunday Afternoon, and it was $1. So again, 3 shades were good. 1 shade was so bad, I just don't like to buy micro glitter or glitter. There's a lot of glitter in there. Whew. It looks so pretty under the lights too. Now brow products, I tried 2 of them. This one is the brow gel. It was a hot mess. It just made my brows look messy and gray. This wand is very long. It's like almost like a mascara wand that comes with a, what is it, Discover? The Maybelline Discovery mascara, the one that everybody likes to use on the lower lashes. That's what it reminds me of for the brush. But it's not good on your eyebrows. It's too big and it's messy. And it leaves dings and dents and messes. And it's kind of a grayish brown color, and it's supposed to be taupe. It was the lightest shade. So I didn't really like this at all. I didn't think it worked very well. The other brow product was one that you see it on Facebook a lot. You know, they advertise it. You see the women doing this. It's got the like different. Yeah, it's already dry. Yeah, it's got the 3 little things, and you think you're going to get 3 little lashes, but it does not do that on your lashes. It was a total fail. It doesn't do like those ads when they show the 3 little lines and people built up their lashes to look so beautiful. This was $1. I mean, it was worth the experiment, but it just made a blob of a line. You got the color, you got a blob of a line, but it didn't do what it was supposed to do. Plus, it's, you know, you have to keep it on face down so that it stays lubricated. So there's nothing you can turn up to make the liquid go through. So I don't know how much liquid is in there. I don't trust it. It wasn't very good. This was a mascara that failed. This is called Fat Lash, and this is the shade Black. This one was terrible, huge. I don't know if I can do this. It's got a huge brush that's very bendy, and it did not give me any kind of a lash whatsoever. It was just such a waste of money. Fat Lash, total fail. For eyeliner, this is the Feather Ink. This was $1. And I bought it because this packaging, come on, it's so cool, but it's so stiff and messy. It is not a good liner as far as the vessel of the lining goes. It's very, very hard to do a straight line. I just did a straight line, but it's very, very hard to control, and I just controlled it. It's messy. It's very stiff. It's not like a brush. It's more like a pen tip. It feels like more like a pen tip. So you can do a thick line, a thin line. I did fill in, I'm wearing the false lashes right now, and I did fill in some of the white space with this. And it works in that capacity. So it's a passable, but you can't use it really as an eyeliner. It's so messy. It really is messy and difficult to use. So this is actually in between my I don't like it and my approved. So it's not a good product, but it's a basic one. And again, this packaging is so cute. Yeah, I think I am going to reject it because I did have to clean up quite a mess. on my lid after I used it. Let me use my Dollar Tree thing on this to see if I can get it off. Let's go into the lip products. This lipstick is called the AOA Studio, and it had potential because it's Wonder Lip Lock lipstick, and the component that pushes it up was broken. That was not a good start. It has that kind of neon shimmer look to it, and I don't know, I guess if I pulled it all out of here and put it in something I could do it, but the component's completely broken on it. It won't work. This was on sale. I'm wondering if it was on sale because of that. This shade is called Frost Love Spell, and these were all on sale, and I have a feeling it's because of a faulty component that they're in. But you could probably scrape the lipstick out and put it in a little, you know, like the little bead cups. You can put it in there and you can put it on with a lip brush, because it is a pretty color. It's a satiny coral color, but because the component's broken, I don't know if all the others are as well. It is on sale, and because it's on sale, it lasts pretty well. Look at that. It's not coming off. That's a long last lipstick. That's pretty cool. So I like the lipstick. I don't like the component, and I don't know how creative you are as far as getting the lipstick out, but I think that's the problem with that one. Maybe they'll bring it out in another format, because some of these lipsticks are very similar. Now this one was neat. This reminded me of the 70s. This has 4 colors. The thing is though, and I will demonstrate them, there's 4 colors in one, and they screw together, and I thought, what a great idea for traveling. So let me just show you. This is the deepest shade. This is the next deepest shade. Next deepest shade. And the lightest shade. So they all screw together. There's one, so you just screw them in together thusly. And then pop the top on. This is the Chrome 4-in-1 lipstick. On your lips, this one gives me the reaction. You know, there's something in the formulation for these that makes my lips go pinkish. So most of the shades look the same color on me because my lips are so strongly colored underneath them. So I couldn't recommend this because something in the formulation's funky. So, and you know, just take my word on it. You know, it's your lips, the gateway to your digestive system. You know. This is a lipstick pencil. This one I had the reaction to as well. My lips turned a bright pinky color. And I'm sure any of you who've had that kind of reaction with a lipstick know what I'm talking about. Something's up with wherever she sourced this. Maybe it's the same place she sourced this one, but this did not work very well. And this also had a back that didn't stay on very well. And you have to sharpen these. They don't, you know, turn up. So this is called Special Day Lip Crayon, and it's in the shade, I don't know, shade kind of red. Shade Reaction. So that didn't work out. This one is a lip pencil, and again, a lot of their pencils and lip colors all look the same to me, and I think maybe it's, this one is called Insta, and it's a Wonder Lip Liner from AOA Studio. This is very sharp and hard to, it's so creamy that it doesn't stay solid, and you have to keep sharpening it, and then you just feel the wood because you can't get that, and it's neon color. It doesn't look anything like what you would expect, but it is called Insta. And these were on sale, and I think it's because maybe the wood is cheap, it's not solid. The formulation is too creamy for the wood. so it's not going to work for you. Maybe if you put it in the freezer, it'll work better, but I had trouble with it. Now I didn't have a reaction to this, but it didn't look good on me at all, but it's a neon orange red. So if you like that kind of a lip liner color, go for it. Now this was a liquid liner, and this is another thing where it just comes out. There's no, turning to make it come more. It's just what it is what it is. And it's going to line your lips in a deep blood red color. Very, very sketchy. It was patchy. It did last though. And it lasted all day. Why do all the ugly ones last all day? Oh. All right, and this is the last thing. These are the nail polish strips, and I had them on in my last video. But basically, they went on so easy. I was so impressed by it. I'll put one on so you can see it. Now, Color Street started this whole thing where they had like 3 layers of really nice nail polish, and they were treated in a way that you could basically peel off the nail polish and press it down onto your own nail. And then this one comes with a thing here that breaks it off. You break it off, and then you just fold it over your real nail, and you've got a beautiful nail. Now these are a fail because they're only 1 coat of nail polish, and if you do anything with your fingers or hands, these last probably about 2 hours before they break down. And what they do is they tear and rip, and they get like dings and dents in them very easily. I had tried them against my Dashing Diva nail wraps, because these are in between the pricing from Color Street. These are about $10. Well, these are $1. I think $2. Certain colors were $2. These were $1. I wanted to just try them. I thought initially they looked really nice. They were you saw how easy it was to put them on, but they don't have any kind of longevity. I'm wondering if maybe if you put a top coat of clear nail polish, if it would help them at all, because it's a great deal. You get enough for two hands, and you have 4 extra or 5 extra nail things afterwards. So they give you some spares in case you have odd shaped nails. The sizing is pretty good. I found some that fit all of my nails. So I thought it was good, and it was bad. It was bad because when I'm working with paper and digging my nails into things and folding things and licking things and envelopes, ripping open envelopes with my nails, they did not stay the course. So they're not strong, but they are decorative, and they work really quickly in a pinch. They're so inexpensive. The Dashing Divas, I think, are still the best deal, and Color Street is the best quality. So Color Street will last longer, but they're like $14, $15. And you get a few more too with the Color Street. So, and I know that's like an MLM. There's a lot of people that sell Color Street, and I don't want to be, putting them down because they're making a business out of it. It is a nice product, so I can't fault them for that one. Future editing me here. I forgot completely to tell you about the Hair Root Color Powder from AOA Studios. This is a matte finish, and it actually has a little bit of a bingo marker feel to it. It's kind of like dotting shoe polish on your scalp, and maybe if you have deeper color hair like black or dark brown, it'll blend better, but on my hair it just looked like I was stamping little bingo dots all over my scalp. So it was a fail. It does have a matte finish, but it was inconsistent too. You can see the 3 dots. It actually looks terrible. So anyway, I thought I would just bring that up because I am not keeping this product. Hopefully that will give you a good idea of the AOA studio, the Shop Miss A website. It is based out of Texas. She makes her good deals with the factories. She deals directly with the factories. They ship to her warehouse in Texas, and then she ships to the customers. Shipping usually takes about a week to a week and a half. So I had to film the end of this on my camera, my phone camera, because I ran out of space on my SD card. So I just want to let you know that, you know, Shop Miss A, great stuff. I'm really impressed. And, you know, even despite all the stuff I didn't like, now that I know what I do like, I know what direction I can go in and keep trying new things. Now she keeps making new collections and new products. And I hope that you can look at my list below for the things I really liked and maybe get inspired. For $1 or $1.55 or $1.88, it's actually a pretty good deal. Wow. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, and I do want to thank Jen Phelps for inspiring this, because I had done a Miss AOA video maybe 5 years ago when she first started coming out with the makeup lines, and I hadn't done one since. And I watched Jen Phelps do a show all about Shop Miss A, and yeah, I just thought, gee, you know, I should go back there and try it. So, you know, thanks, Jen. I mean, I don't want to not credit you for giving me the idea, but I have done it in the past. It's just been a while since I've done it, and since we're all in a little bit of a financial bind, well, some people are anyway, looking for low-cost options, especially for makeup and things that are almost like hygiene products. You know, they can be used quickly and you have to replace them. There's some really good products here. I totally recommend it. You know, for under $50, you can get a huge makeup collection. It's really nice. So now you know what to get, what not to get. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Oh, and please subscribe if you haven't, because it really helps me out. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Toodles.